Next month, I think what'll happen is when it gets hot, it's going to get very hot, and I think pretty quick. And in fact, the authorities are starting to worry. I presume you can hear that thunder rumbling overhead. The authorities are starting to worry, in fact, that we could well get a bushfire. It's a bad bushfire season, which is what we've seen in a lot of places around the world, let's be honest. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. Unfortunately, it's that time of year again where we start harvesting the grass. So while it's a bit of a pain, it gives me a chance. I can empty the chicken poo bin that when Rosie cleans out in the morning, she throws it in the bin. When I mow, then I throw that into the compost, and then I throw the grass lawn clippings on top. That's why I call it harvest the grass, because that provides half my bloody compost. It's great. Fried rice, leftover fried rice. Yum, 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 yum. We love people food. Still watching those bananas. It's going to be a very small bunch, but it's the first bunch this banana root's ever had. So I'll take whatever I can get, quite frankly. Here I normally have a whole bunch of quite good lilies. There's a bulb there. I've got one double came out, which is nice, but blimey, that's it. And I tell you what, I did mention, I think, that mongrel possum ate me flowers off me mango and nearly said a bad word there, Mandy. It's been as dry as a bloody chip. Look at it. And it's not just me, like the whole place is dry. Bougainvilleas always put on a nice show. Pity they're so damn thorny. Some sort of very old orchid. Quite a pretty old one, isn't it? So Rosie looks after that. There's more. You see little patches of bougainvillea flower. Gee, that bloke needs a water. Very pretty, aren't they? And there's a couple we got up the top on the veranda. A fair bit of silver beet. That's actually quite good. Rosie takes a lot of just the leaf as spinach, but when I take it, I use the stems as well, kind of like celery. So, you know, things are doing okay, trying to keep the water up. Wouldn't say any of this is going great guns, but same token it's not dying. Bloody hell, this. That's a curry tree for those who don't know it. I use it a lot in cooking. The garlic's still just pottering along. So obviously a very slow variety, this elephant garlic, and I didn't vernalise it. So that was my mistake. That means put it in the fridge for those who don't know. A couple of pretty little pansies Ros is growing, trying to keep all the aphids and stuff off the fruit trees. That was the little starters from the elephant garlic that I put in. Strikes or something, I can't remember quite what they're called at this point in time. But they're obviously going to be growing, so I'll be able to reuse them next year. We're actually done quite well with cherry tomatoes this month. This is the month we put a lot of effort into, well I do, put a lot, Rosie plants them, then I pick them and I turn them into sauce that lasts us pretty much the whole year. So we're about coming into that little arrangement. Tomatoes, Rosie's had some sweet pea. Oh no, that's just a bean. Might in fact be a pea of some description, I can't remember what she's up to. More tomatoes. I'm hoping that's actually my tromboncino, and it does look like it is. You beauty! So that produces a bumper crop. It's kind of like a squash, a cross between a squash and a zucchini. And we eat it green as zucchinis. Parsley and stuff's doing well. The shallots are always doing well. More parsley, a couple of more shallots, lemongrass that we use for cooking. The rosemary's doing well, the thyme's doing well, chives under there, Japoticaba has never flowered. I'm waiting to get some because it flowers on the trunk. It's the weirdest thing, so I'm actually waiting to show that off to everybody. The avocado trees that sprung up out of the worm farm seem to be doing okay, surprisingly. I thought they'd die because our soil's so bad they get waterlogged. That's Choco, so we've done very well with Choco, providing you know how to cook it. It's actually quite a good crop. Ladies, yeah, you can see how dry it is here, can't you? Look, that grass has all died off. Now the good news is once it gets a bit of rain, that'll all spring back, providing the chickens don't do that to it and dig it up. Come on girls, you might have to go home, eh? You've been out all day, you buggers. I'll show you how we round the chickens up. They're half trained. Home! 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 Come on, head for home, girls. That's the way. Home, Florence. Home. Come on, Lily, Chook. Home we go, girls. Look at them. There they go. Home. And they're into the coop. Come on, girls. Home. Home. You'd swear it was a bloody herd of cows, wouldn't you? It's the spring planting bed that I did. The lettuces are starting to come on. Look, there's even a little eggplant flower on that eggplant. So hopefully we'll get a few eggplants. Bloody Anthony's joke aloe vera. He brought a bit home, shoved it in a pot. Well, bloody hell, it's huge. Aquaponics is doing well. I continue to watch that mint very, very closely, and you can see why. Give it an inch and it goes out of control. So, you know, it's not booming yet, but it'll get there. These are doing quite well. They're putting on a bit of weight. There's some bad news about that fish, but well, maybe we shouldn't discuss that in front of you, eh? There you go, 3 eggs, I'll take them in. Whales are producing somewhere between 5 and 6 eggs a day. So pretty soon I'll start to breed. I'll incubate some eggs, see if we can get them breeding. I'd like to see if I can get old Cinnamon there. She's an old bird. See if I can get her to produce babies, because she's a pretty little thing. And I actually find her quite an unusual colour mix. I've got a couple of whites. So, you know, I like to mix up the colours, but of course, really you should be focused on weight. The biggest birds are the ones you breed. Here's Nana, my Rosie, and the grandkids, giving the chooks some treats by the look of it. Sadie's being the chief. You can't see her, that's a shame. There she is. She's being the chief chicken wrangler. Hayden's picking up bits of food down there to give back to the chooks. Yep, here he goes. It's gold, isn't it? Oh, Nana's picking worms out of the compost. Worms and bugs. Well, we're almost in summer proper, and I've got a funny feeling that things may be repeating themselves. Which is no surprise. So Rosie's been out and trimmed back a tree. I'm now turning that, because it's growing like stink in spring, I'm now grinding that up. We're going to use that to get us through summer, because it'll be mulch to keep the soil damp. So all that's gone, and I'll show you what happened to it. None of it went to landfill. Mulched on top of all that garden. Rosie's got a little pretty thing called Silver Falls dichondria. It'll hang down eventually. I've mulched around them so we don't kill them, and all that mulch will break down, feed the soil, keep the soil moist while it's doing it. How good is that, eh? So a full year's passed. It's come and gone on our tiny Aussie city farm. Hopefully you've enjoyed the year that's been, and we're back into our little steps of spring's just about over, so we're now preparing for summer, and so we'll begin the rush again to get everything ready before it truly does get stinking hot.